So I think the biggest goal since we conceptualized the ADDORE Core was to be authentic partners to the Down syndrome community who's actually providing um, resources that the Down syndrome community wants and not just what we think they want. And so that's our primary goal. While recruitment is what we're sort of the metric we're measured by, most importantly is those authentic partnerships. And I think one really exciting thing that's come out of this meeting is, number one, the excitement for our work on the supplement and developing the trainings for our staff to focus on the anti-racism praxis and community-based participatory research, but also the enthusiasm for really focusing in on a participant bill of rights for people with Down syndrome and best practices in clinical trials. And so we really think we can inform kind of the entire Down syndrome research community, especially as these new Alzheimer's disease drugs come online, and people with Down syndrome, there's been no clinical trials with people with Down syndrome. And so making sure that those trials are done in a way that benefits the participants and the community and doesn't just enrich any one group has been something that's generated a lot of conversation here.
Particularly around how to recruit and engage diverse communities, right? So racial and ethnic, minoritized people, other types of social identities that are not always well represented in research is really important to make sure that the findings that we have are actually applicable and generalizable to the entire society and not just one subset. And so being able to do that means that you have to have a subset of skills and knowledge to be able to effectively engage those communities, but also to make sure that the communities feel comfortable and confident in their ability to actually partner with you or to participate in your research studies. So what we've been trying to do with the curriculum is really think about all of the different factors that go into the research process. So whether that's actually doing the research, asking the questions, recruitment, for example, and then from there talking with researchers about how to essentially simplify those processes and that information in a way that makes it easier for community members to understand it and then also engage in that work as well. A big part of what we're really trying to do is also around advancing health equity. So we know, right, with the Down syndrome population that there are health challenges and social challenges that impact everyone who's living with Down syndrome. But within that population, there are people who are Black or maybe who are LGBT or who are low income or other types of minorities, if you will, within society. And so they're going to have these additional challenges, additional questions, additional needs that are not going to be addressed if we don't understand what they are. So being able to figure out how to reach these populations and these groups of individuals and communities, how to talk with them, how to co-create with them, because a lot of it is really around sharing power, right? So as researchers, we often, know how to do the research. We're used to kind of working on our own, being in charge and having all the power. But if you really want to ensure that people who you want to research are a part of the entire process, that means sharing power, which is difficult if you've never done that before.